Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy Friday everybody. So today I'm not bringing any breaking news, but I do want us to talk about a few things. I don't intend this to be a long video. Hopefully I can make it and make it a short one. I want us to talk about the direction of the left politics. When I talk about left politics, or I'm speaking about MK, EFF, ATM, NNC, and others. Let's talk about their direction, because there's something very interesting there that Samkelo Maseko mentioned when he was having an interview with Dr. Sizwe Mpofu-Walsh. He mentioned something, Ubana, if things don't work out with the DA, the ANC and the DA, the ANC will approach the EFF, it's been playing on my mind, and it's so funny because I'm thinking to myself, let's say, worst case scenario, the relationship between the DA and the ANC breaks, right? The ANC approaches the EFF. Of course, the EFF will take that the gig, because their condition was, we don't want the DA and the Freedom Front Plus in that coalition. Fine. The EFF accepts if the DA pulls out, for example. And so what's going to happen now? Because if now the EFF and the ANC forms a black alliance kind of vibe, what's going to happen? Like, would the EFF be wrong? Because I did kind of see it on Twitter, on X, people talking about it, saying, yeah, that would be a sellout position, wara. But it wouldn't, because the EFF from the beginning, they didn't say, we don't want to work with the ANC. Their condition was, we don't want to work with the ANC if there is the DA and the Freedom Front Plus. So if that is no longer a factor, now would the EFF be wrong for working with the ANC, even though the MK will not be part of that? That's a funny one. And also remember, the EFF has not signed any package deal with the MK. Ubana, we will only work with the ANC if also the MK is part of the deal. When we are negotiating, we are not negotiating for MK as well. We are only negotiating for the EFF. That's interesting. I just wanted to put it out there. Anyway, remember I said I'm not bringing any breaking news. I came across something yesterday. Actually, I came across something today. This was today. One of the DA MPs posted something which I found very, very, very interesting, right? Ian Cameron, he said this: it is outrageous that the cleaners at Parliament will soon earn more than the police officers working on the beat. No offense to the cleaning staff, but surely we need to look after our cops. Imagine being a sergeant for over 10 years. Despite excellent performance, you witnessed the promotions of political connected over the years, and now you hear this news. These are the changes we are fighting for. We must speak on behalf of the cops that don't get a fair opportunity to do so. I found this very, 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 very interesting, by the way, because I was trying to think to myself, Uguti, what this DAMP is saying is wrong. He is saying that cleaners from Parliament will be getting paid more than the police. And what he's fighting for is, he says, no offense to the cleaners. The police should be paid more. This is very, very interesting, and I feel like I'm biased. I'm going to tell you what I'm biased, and I'm bringing it here. And when I'm bringing it here, I want us to debate in the comment section, because I'm not bringing it here to say this is the side that I'm on. I'll tell you why. Because I'm wearing two hats. I'm not bringing it here to say, Ubana, this is the side that is right, this is the side that's wrong. No. I'm I'm bringing it here because I'm wearing one hat as a professional, okay? The first hat I'm wearing as a professional. And in my field, I know how it feels where people who are not qualified, they get employed. Some of them get paid more than you and you are qualified. And that is painful. That is painful. But then again, I feel like what's to blame, it's not the people that are getting employed per se, but it's the company itself that allows and does not value the qualifications. I always used to ask, what's the use of being qualified if that doesn't set you apart from everyone else who's not qualified? So I'm wearing a hat as a professional and who has gone through that. And then, but I'm also now wearing another hat of having a parent who's a domestic worker. So are you telling me, Ukuti, the domestic workers, they don't deserve to be paid good money? Remember, those people have got families. They've got families, those people. Just because you're a domestic worker, it doesn't mean you don't have a family and you don't deserve to have a quality of life. To have a quality of life. So now your sin is you not affording to maybe get the education. Is you maybe not affording to get the education, and because you don't have the education now, you are not allowed to be paid despite the work that you do. Is that fair? This is where the EFF advocates for insourcing, by the way, because when you are insourced, unlike when you are working for like as tender and tonton, because as tender you get paid 5,000, but if you are working for parliament and you are paid there, that's where you're gonna get paid 15,000, 20,000, even though you are a cleaner. So is it wrong for cleaners to be paid a decent amount of money for them to have a quality of life? Yeah, but that's why I said I'm wearing two hats. Yeah, but so the DA is saying, no, we are advocating for the police on this. The cleaners should not be getting paid more. Ooh, that's interesting. Now, I'm leaving it for you guys in the comment section. As I said, I'm wearing two hats. Yeah, understand? I'm approaching it from my professional, and I've experienced this where I had to be a professional and I wasn't getting paid enough. There were people who were not qualified doing the same job that I was doing. It's not nice, honestly. And, it's really not nice. But also, my mom is a domestic worker. I was raised by a domestic worker. So I get it. I understand. Yeah, well, so they don't deserve to have a decent life. So you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm moving right along. Another thing that I wanted to touch on. I wanted to touch on Gayton Mackenzie. Okay. Now, as you know that the minister said that the miners that are stuck, she wants to smoke them. They are criminals. They must stay there stuck underground. So Gayton Mackenzie got into the mix. Gayton Mackenzie got into the mix. And he said that, yeah, minister, you are right. Smoke them. They are criminals. Wara. Hey. Firstly, I first saw Naledi Chirwa. Naledi Chirwa came for Gayton, and she said, that is so rich coming from you, Gayton, because you are an ex-criminal and you were forgiven. You were forgiven when. But now you are the same person who is advocating for people that have committed wrong, who are criminals, to be smoked out, to be left to die. If when someone smoked you, that's what Naledi said, if someone smoked you and left you to die, you do realize that you would not be a minister today. You do realize that you wouldn't be. What, you are the last person to speak. Hey, yo, look at it. What, you are the last person to speak. You are the last person to speak when. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because I think Naledi dealt with him well. And I think Gayton is forgetting. He's really forgetting where he comes from, how far he's come. He's forgetting. South. Agunzima. Another thing that I want to touch on is rumors have been going around. I don't know if it's true. That's why I'm saying it's rumors. They've been going around that Dr. Ndlozi apparently has been suspended. He has not been attending the CCT meetings and he was not in parliament, something like that. Apparently he has been suspended. I don't know how true that is. As I said, it's a rumor. Yes, he has not been present. Maybe he took some leave. I do believe, Mina, with all my heart, maybe I'm naive. I do believe with all my heart that maybe he wanted to leave originally, but I do believe that he has changed his mind. I do believe that he has changed his mind. But I mean, let's wait and see. If he is suspended though, what would he be suspended for? I think that's another question I have. If he is suspended, what would he be suspended for? Mukuban. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he would be suspended for. Another thing that I wanted to touch on, guys. I wanted to touch on Chidimma. I wanted to touch on Chidimma. You know, life. As we all know that Chidimma was originally competing in Miss South Africa. She had a chance of winning Miss South Africa. The whole saga happened. Now she is in competing for Miss Universe. And she made it to the top 20, by the way, Chidimma. And our Mia, who won Miss South Africa, she withdrew. And I'm saying Chidimma has got a high chance of winning that pageant. She's got a high chance of winning that pageant. Imagine. Yeah, and if she wins, Chidimma, she's going to be in New York the whole year. Yeah. And the people that were saying, Chidimma is a fraud. If Chidimma Nyanyani, and I'm not saying it's not, guys, please don't come for me. It's a fraud and everything. Why is the South African government, because they said they were going to withdraw all their documents, or unless she's traveling with Nigerian documents. Maybe she's traveling with Nigerian documents. But do you see that Ubombomtu does not end just because when you don't agree with them? Do you see that Ubombomtu, it doesn't get destroyed just because when you don't agree with them. You do understand that. Anyway, to everybody that was petitioning for Chidimma to withdraw Miss South Africa, she even has a better chance now of being Miss Universe. Imagine that. Imagine that. Anyway, another thing that I wanted to touch on is Julius Malema. Because I didn't make a video with the EFF interview that Julius Malema had with on the EFF podcast. CIC said a lot of things there. I just feel like, as I said before, I feel like Leanne would have asked more, but obviously she didn't. But CIC said a lot of things there. He said that Uzuma has thrown him back to the battlefield and he's not afraid. He's not afraid. He's not afraid. I see on Twitter, on X, there's a big fighting. Hey, Malema, don't. CIC is not afraid. One thing about Julius Malema, he's fierce. And he does not back down from a fight. And I appreciate such leaders. I don't like a leader who's a coward, because I'm not a coward. Like, if you are going to be a leader, rather die in the battlefield. Because if you don't die in the battlefield, abantu bazaqabela apha entloko. So they need to know. They need to know where you stand. And you must not be afraid to say where you stand. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. The battle lines have been drawn. And I've heard, and there are a few people now on TikTok, actually. There's a few people on TikTok who are pushing a propaganda that Floyd is not going to be SG of MK till 2025. There are MK guys who started the propaganda here that Floyd is not going to, they don't want Floyd to be their SG. And I see the MK people fighting together. These people that are starting this propaganda, they are not people from the MK. So I don't know. I don't know, Mina, guys. There's just a lot. There's just a lot going on. As I said, guys, it's Friday. I didn't want Friday. Benje dingazanga. Like I didn't want to end Friday without coming here and to have a chat with you guys. This is genuinely just a chat. And another important thing that I wanted to say. The Minister of Dr. Motsaledi says the NHI is going ahead despite the GNU disagreements. NHI apparently it's going ahead despite the GNU. GNU is our and I'm telling you, that thing is breaking apart. Why I see that thing is breaking apart. And when will be the breaking point of the DA? How much are they going to sacrifice until they get to a point where they're like, you know what? We are done. A part of me thinks, Subana, they would rather lose their identity than quit the GNU. I feel like they will never quit the GNU. But time shall tell. Time will tell. Anyway, guys, the struggle continues. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Zipolu Pelwana. This is Simple Politics. I want to play you guys a video of this important young man. He's from Uganda. He's got a TikTok page where he's got many videos there. He's very, very, very smart. I do wish that CIC can meet him, Shem. I really do. I wish he can get a chance. Travel. South Africa. Like, I wish with all my heart he can get a chance to travel, come to South Africa. That would be amazing. I really wish, but we don't always get everything that we wish for. I'm going to play you guys his video so that you can see him.
I was told that a few days to come, that South Africa is going to be playing a match. The South African national team is going to be playing a match with the Ugandan Cranes. And for that, they are going to play in Nambole for the AFCON competition. So now, I wish Julius Malema comes with the South African team also, and I see him at least once. Yes.
Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Let me know what you think about everything that we've discussed. Alute continua. The struggle, it continues, my loves. It doesn't stop. I'll see you on the next episode. Happy Friday.